Cooking with Bob's back with my 10-part series. This is part 2. And you know what we're going to do this one? It's a little bit of cooking technique. Don't forget to go check out part 1 of my 10-part series about heat control. That's my #1 tip. Let me show you a couple cooking techniques. When you're using cast iron, 50 years took me to figure this out. I want to share it with all you all. So if you watched my video on heat control, you know you got to get this whole thing heated. And one of the easy ways that I find is if that handle is where you can't touch it, you're ready to go. You got the whole entire surface heated evenly. Big mass of this cast iron matters when it comes to cooking. So once you get that done, there's a million ways to cook things depending on what you're cooking. So if you're gonna saute, I don't like to use heavy oil. Look at this thing, it's like a thing of beauty. This is one of my older ones. It's been around a time or two. I use this a lot to like deep fry oil and a wee little bit of oil. So I got a little bit of crusties on here. Most of my cast iron doesn't have crusties, which you're gonna learn how I avoid that in another one of these episodes in this series. But with all that said, just use a light amount of oil, not a lot. If you need oil or you need butter, just a little bit goes a long way in cast iron, because once that baby's heated up, you turn the heat down, it's not going to cause you any issue. And here again, I like grapeseed oil. You can use what you want. I started using this to season my cast iron or Crisco, which is what my mom and my grandma used to use. They work real well too. But grapeseed oil, it's a neutral flavor. I don't necessarily want my food to taste like my pan tasted the last time, or I'm not opposed to bacon and bacon grease. I use it to cook all the time, but that's not the only flavor I want in my dish. If I'm making stir fry in this thing, I don't want it to taste like bacon. So I completely clean it and I add whatever I prefer when I'm cooking. You can put as much as you feel you need. Grab yourself a shop rag. That's pretty much exclusively what I use in my cast iron. And once you get one of them, just bunch up the corner here. Just kind of rub it around a little bit. You rub that around and get it pretty even. I'm not going to wipe this away like I would be cooking eggs, depending on what you're cooking. And if you have something that's going to come up the sides, like scrambled eggs, any kind of sauces, just rub a little bit around the edge. And then what do you use in your cast iron? You know what? I came upon these fish turner spatulas, and it's part of my cooking technique. Because what I like about this, look at that. It's got that little bend. You come down that side right there and you're trying to get under something, it gets right under there. And it is metal, and I know you guys are going to give me a big hard time about it, but I've been using this for like 40 of my 50 years, a metal spatula. So I'll have another part of the series regarding utensils. But when you're cooking in this thing, just get it even. You got even heat. Tip #1. Tip #2, you want this oils to be even as well. You don't want a pow in the middle, none on the sides. Whatever you're using to cook, it can be bacon grease, it can be butter, it can be oil, it can be all the above. Whatever you prefer for your dish of choice, that's the most important part of cooking techniques. I mean, there's nothing to it. Just do that. All right, we went a couple more minutes or so. I kind of lost track. I'm using my fingers just because I'm making a video. Hopefully I don't burn my finger. And look, just keep flipping them around. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Is it gonna do it? Come on. A lot of time these sausages will just roll themselves around in cast iron. I think that's one of the coolest things cooking in cast iron. You put a sausage link in there, you just start dancing. Kind of like me, I like to dance. So let's go a little bit longer. You don't want to watch me dance. You're here to see cast iron cooking. I just put them in the center. Now you see them big bubbles? We don't want them big bubbles. Where those bubbles are gone. You don't want big bubbles. And you can just use butter if you want. You don't have to use oil. Or you can use oil and no butter. I kind of like the butter trick because of these bubbles. See that big bubble? No, there's a big bubble. We're going to let them all go away. This one's pretty good. It's already going down. So once them bubbles get down there, you should be good to go. See how they get real small? That's my trick. Been doing it this way forever. Like 50 years. See there, we're not sizzling real loud. This one's a little bit hotter. Not as cool as the other one. My other trick is too, I don't like that gooey white stuff. I just like dippy eggs, as we call them. And my mommy always called them, we're gonna make you some dippy eggs. I just pull this yolk, the white away from the yolk. Just pull that away. And then you won't have that big clumpy piece that never gets done. Same way on this one. A little dissimilar heat. But that's not stuck. And this is the brand new pan. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's all I do. I was hoping I'd get the dance move. What's the deal with these sausages? Brand new Lodge cast iron, pre-seasoned. And look at that. What is that telling us? This seasoning of this pan compared to this 20+ year old seasoned, well taken care of pan doesn't make a hootin' bit of difference to cook eggs. Again, you don't have to cook exactly like I tell you. I'm just teaching you some tricks about cast iron in this series. Now we're getting there. I did give her a smidge, just turned her up just slightly. Now that's not really stuck there, as you can see, it just comes right off. And what I do, if I get that temperature wrong, just keep moving them around. None of this is stuck. Perfectly seasoned cast iron, which I might add, I never re-season a single piece of my cast iron. But that's another tip in this series. Clean as you go. This isn't hurting this, just push that stuff loose. Just keep moving that around. It's pork and all. You want to make sure it's at temperature. When you cook things like this, it's in a casing. When it starts to pop out of the ends like that, that's a good visual. You're getting pretty close to being done. When that sausage had that juice squirting out of there, you know you were boiling the juice. I mean, it boiled and came out. That's why it came out. So we're pretty hot internal temperature. I'm sure they're done. That was cool. We got these done. I was trying to get a while to get you the dancing sausage. See, I think it's kind of cool. I was hoping it would do it right now, but it didn't. Occasionally, you'll have one little spot. Just give her a little push. Add a lot of love and a whole lot of great food with family and friends. Opportunity to share something that people don't all have skills in when you're cooking for friends and family. And they're like, wow. Cooking with Bob, how do you do that? Well, you gotta practice, you gotta learn some tips from some old guys. We know things. And then I'm just gonna have me an egg and them links of sausage. Let's get these plated up. I don't like them burned, but I want them done, obviously. Let's just turn this thing on. There you go, cooking technique. Just wanted to show you with a little bit of meat. I got a lot of egg trick videos out there. If you're struggling with eggs, go check out one of them. We got some sausage and eggs. I just wanted to show you a couple quick tips on cooking techniques. That's all there is to it. Hit this pan with a little bit of water on one of my shop towels and get some of that crud out. Right now, before I start to eat, take like 30 seconds, and that'll save me in the cleanup later. So as always, I appreciate you watching this stuff. This is part 2 of a 10-part series, sharing some tips and tricks along the way of 50 years of experience in cast iron, and I want you to watch them. So make a couple comments, slam that subscribe button, turn that little bell thing on, give it the ding ding ding, because you don't want to miss when I drop the next episode of this 10-part series. And as always, I appreciate watching this stuff. I'm just an old guy having a lot of fun sharing my tips and tricks, and I hope you enjoy and you learn something from my 50 years of experience. And with that, you all have a terrific day, but please keep cooking.